Alright guys, so I have a lot of people who come to me saying that, oh, Joewo is doing really bad on tournaments, and every time he plays against pro players, he doesn't perform as well as if he's playing public matches and things like that. And I kind of want to go over a lot of reasons why that is. I haven't seen him too much in the tournament gameplays. I'm going to react to a little bit over here. But I know Joewo, and most people know Joewo for his movement, his crazy clips, him doing insane things and then posting clips about it, or gameplays where he's just doing very well, all his crazy movements. And I talked about before how the movement aspect of the game is not as strong as just nice centering and aim. And I always bring up Diaz Biffle. You know, Diaz Biffle is not known for movement, but he's known for killing all these really good players and all these pro players getting a lot of 30 bombs, maybe even like 40s in higher KD lobbies than just, you know, a 0.8 or a 0.7, right? Diaz Biffle is that guy. But Joewo is not doing, he's doing the opposite. He's not focused on his centering or playing slow. He's the guy who's slide canceling, bunny hopping, doing drop shots. This guy is insane at movement, but yet Diaz Biffle, the no movement guy, is doing way better than Joewo, the guy who just loves doing movement and does a whole bunch of movements. And I do think that that is one of the things that really prevents him from performing very well in these tournaments, along with some other things. But we're going to see in these gameplays what exactly he is possibly doing wrong that is not helping him get to the next level. And I also made a video a while ago of why Joewo was not that great on console compared to how he was good on PC, and that does have something to do with it being that on console it's so much harder to do movement, and it's not as easy, you know, with the FOV thing or the input delay, not as easy. So I did talk in that video of how Joewo did not do as well on console as he did on PC. But some people like Biffle, I think he dropped 53 on console, and he was able to do extremely well on PC as well. So that does have something to do with the movement aspect, but we're going to see in these videos of Joewo performing at these LAN events. Now, I also do want to mention, I think Joewo uses, I don't know if it's DS4 or other things that they didn't have in the LAN events. So when I talk about things like DS4, right? DS4, it does, I think it has different dead zones and stuff on top of being able to bind your buttons on other things, which I stopped using, but I used to use a lot. And one of the reasons I did stop using it was because if I play on a LAN tournament or if I play on somebody else's setup, I'm not going to perform well because they do not have the same DS4 or exact binds that I prefer. So if you take me like for console, for example, console does not have that DS4 aspect. And if I go and play on console, I'm going to do completely horrible because I'm not used to these settings. So people are going to be like, okay, well, the fifth seal is doing amazing on his PC, but he sucks on console. Maybe he just, you know, is cheating or something. And that is not the case at all. No, and it's not FOV makes it so much better. It's not even that. It's just if you don't have the proper settings that you're always used to playing, and then you're just expected to perform very well on brand new settings that you're not trying before, that is also going to contribute to you not performing well because you're not used to it, and every single other player that's playing the game is so used to their own settings. So we're going to look at this right here. Joewo is not the same on LAN. Tim's Hatmate is better. I think this is from the perspective of somebody. He sounds like the person. Let me see his channel real quick. Joewo before, blah, blah. Oh, this guy is spamming Joewo. Joewo 100% cheating, undeniable. Okay, so this guy already has like a fixed opinion on Joewo's cheating. So you're gonna have to see that this guy is going to keep portraying Joewo as the cheater. But I just want to see the perspective, even though this video is probably going to be very biased, of how Joewo is not performing in these tournaments.
Nope, 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 nope.
You see what he does? He knows the guy's up there.
Nope, 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 nope.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what Joewo really is doing wrong. He knows there's a guy up here. He's moving his camera left and right a lot, which I guess he's doing that because he can't find the player. If he knows exactly where the player is at, he can kind of center more and take the fight a little bit slower. But, you know, he's so used to movement, running around and stuff. He sees the guy right there. Jumps, looks, tries to shoot at him. I don't know. He's just missing his shots. Again, that could be with the settings issue of him not being used to the settings on the LAN event compared to the settings that he uses on his PC all the time. And again, okay, about like the context of this fight, right? He's up here shooting at the guy.
Nope, nope, nope.
And if he's coming from this direction, right, you got to expect other enemies to be there. You got to expect this guy's whole team to be coming at you. So if you go and try to take this guy out by yourself, you got to make sure that your back is turned towards where you just came from, because you know nobody is there. So right here, look what he does. He sees the guys over here. He jumps and exposes his back to the complete side that he doesn't know if people are there or not. So you're focused on him being over there, but while you're jumping around and stuff, you're leaving yourself open to all these people over there. And that's exactly why he gets shot in the back. You can see the direction. It's right here. He's getting shot in this direction. And then he gets down. Alright, I guess this is another clip. Sees a guy right there.
Right here that the movement king had a rock that he did not straight behind right here. Rock right there. What are you doing? Get behind the rock. Oh my God! Down. And then take on it. Take the first game.
I think someone was commentating saying that there was a rock he didn't get behind.
I want to point out right here that the movement king had a rock that he did not straight behind right.
I mean, I don't know. This is Caldera. I can't judge too much of Caldera because I don't play. It is super out in the open. So yeah, if Joewo goes and takes this, his entire back is turned. Kind of what I was saying before. If you are looking at an area and you didn't check the area to your left or behind you, you're going to get shot in the back. But again, I do not really know how to play Caldera too much because I really don't like Caldera. I don't play this. But here he killed somebody, head glitch perfect. Like, that was fine. But he got shot in the back over there.
Rock right there. What are you doing? Get behind the rock. Oh my God! Down. And then take on it. Take the first game.
And I will say too, like, being able to play like you know, more strict and against other pro players is a lot harder than if you get in a bot lobby and you're able to go full send everybody. Because if you're playing in a public match, right, and Joewo's, you know, amazing at destroying people in public matches, most people are not gonna, you know, kill you just right out here and being prepared. But if you're versing a whole bunch of experienced or pro players, you're gonna have to expect every single person to be, you know, beaming you at any single second you're exposing yourself. So here he's getting himself out in the open. Even though he's using the head glitch right there, he's still out in the open. And you being out in the open in public matches is pretty different than being out in the open in matches where people are experienced, because as soon as you get caught out in the open, you're gonna get penalized for it. So that makes sense what he's doing right there. And continue with this too, it's like, you can be amazing at destroying people in lower KD lobbies because it's a lower KD lobby. So getting a bunch of kills in a kill race is totally different and a lot harder than actually killing people where every single person is good at the game. And, you know, even seeing me, there's many times where I get 30 bombs, high 30s, 40 bombs in lobbies that are not good. But if I do that same thing, if I do the same mindset or the same concept on lobbies that are like a 1.2, 1.3, I can still perform well, but I'm not going to be dropping high 30s or anything like that. And that's the same thing with here. Joewo can't take the same exact playstyle of dropping a lot of kills in lower KD lobbies because these people are really good at the game. So you kind of have to play a lot slower, and you're going to get punished a lot more for being out in the open.
Joe, AR-wise, how you doing? What are you sticking with? I think I'm just going to stay and stick with maybe Cooper, Tropic Cooper, because the NZ did not feel good from long range, so like you said, I don't know what the heck to use right
8 hours a day right there, people. Doesn't know what the heck to use.
Okay, so this guy commented 8 hours a day, doesn't know what the heck to use. So Joewo plays the game all day, every day, right? Really good at the game. And if Joewo is, you know, a class setup guy where he's like, okay, each day I'm going to get a new class setup for YouTube for people to use and get content, I still think it's kind of valid that he doesn't know what to use because he's so used to using a bunch of different guns and destroying everybody with whatever he touches. But if you're playing in a serious tournament, every single thing of the stats matter because you can have the same skill level as another player, but if they have the better gun, they're going to be winning the gunfight. So I don't even think that, you know, this is like suspicious or anything saying, oh, Joewo's, you know, doing anything suspicious, or if he's just bad at the game. It's just that, again, if you're used to getting a lot of high kill games in lobbies that aren't that great, you're going to not know too much what to use because you can pretty much dominate with any weapon. And it's not even saying that like Joewo is a bad player because he's so used to dropping high bombs in lower KD lobbies. Not at all, because when you're a content creator like me myself, going for high kill games, you're lobby hunting. You keep rotating, keep rotating the games until you get a really good lobby. But again, if you're in a LAN tournament against really good players, you're not rotating until you get a good lobby, because all these lobbies are full of people who are amazing at the game. So you got to have a completely different play style compared to what you're usually used to. If he's working over and over and over on lobby hunting, it's so much different than versing people who are really good at the game and they're playing I don't know, really tight corners, playing smarter, playing as a team, where here you're just running around trying to like solo quad a bunch of people, and you know, it's just a whole different play style that Joewo's not used to. And on top of the thing, if Joewo's not used to his settings that he's used to on his computer versus this one, on top of having a different play style that he needs to play that he's not used to, of course he's gonna underperform. He is. And TcTekk, I don't know him for being this class setup guy who drops 40s and amazing bombs like these other YouTubers. So Joewo can be so much better than him at kill races and dropping high kills. But again, if TcTekk is, you know, performing better as far as placements or just surviving longer, hitting or killing more people because he's positioning himself instead of running out and dying a lot, then he's gonna be more powerful in this situation of killing other pro players at a LAN event than Joewo is, because they are two completely different players. It doesn't mean that, you know, one is bad, one's better than the other. They might be better than the other in certain situations like this right here, but it's just a completely different play style that Joewo's not used to, and that is the reason why Joewo is not performing as well. And it could also be nervousness. You know, if you're playing at a big event and you're known for being really good at the game, and your teammates are expecting, hey, you gotta do something, like you gotta turn up and stuff like that, it is a lot of pressure on you. So he could be feeling a lot of nervousness too, and that could be the reason why like sometimes in the clips he was missing a lot of shots. Maybe he's just like really nervous because this guy has a lot of stuff that people are expecting him to do. So it is a big responsibility, and I understand completely if he doesn't perform as well due to him being very nervous. Yeah, man. And again, I'm not making this video to completely bash Joewo, say he's horrible, a horrible player, all these things. I just kind of want to say why he's underperforming, because I don't know if he sees it himself or just other people who are watching him. They're like, why isn't Joewo as great here as he is normally? And I kind of just want to give the most valid reasons of why I think that is. And again, not because I think he's a horrible player or anything. It's just that there's a lot of reasons that people aren't seeing that makes him portray that he's really bad at the game, when he's just not either focusing on these other concepts or he's just not trying to play the game the correct play style over here compared to how he would usually do in a regular bot lobby at home, or even just a lower KD lobby. Doesn't have to be completely horrible. But yeah, this is my take on Joewo not performing very well. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, how you feel about this. And that's gonna do it for this video.